This might be one of Northern Virginia's most controversial developments happening right now. And if you've driven past it, you probably still have no idea. I'm here at Plaza 500 off of Edsel Road on the Fairfax County-Alexandria border. Starwood Capital is planning a massive data center campus here, with the first building alone being planned at over 226,000 square feet and about 75 feet tall, while earlier plans had this entire project at around 460,000 square feet. And here's why people are so worked up about it. You see how close these homes are? Local opponents say that parts of the proposed infrastructure could sit roughly 67 feet away from residential property lines. And just standing at the industrial site, you can stare into people's backyards. But here's the interesting part about how this project is being approved. Because this property already sits on industrial zoning, the data center itself can move forward under the zoning rules that applied when they originally submitted the project. So this isn't going to be a normal rezoning vote where citizens can simply show up and vote the project down. Electricity is the pressure point. Data centers use an enormous amount of power, and Dominion Energy is proposing a new electrical substation on the Plaza 500's property, connecting to the existing Van Dorn substation. What makes this substation different, though, is it still has to go through Fairfax County's public land use review process, and that's where the real fight's happening. Residents have raised concerns about noise, backup generators, lighting, flooding, the distance from homes, and whether enough technical testing has been completed to understand what living beside this infrastructure would actually be like. And opposition has gotten big enough to where Alexandria officials and Congressman Don Bayer have weighed in publicly about their opposition to the substation. Now, I'm not going to tell you what your opinion should be. Northern Virginia has the largest data center market in the entire world, and infrastructure like this supports basically everything we do online. But what I want people to fully understand is that this is not a popularity contest. This will not be decided by who gets the most likes, who complains the loudest online, or whether most of the neighborhood says yes or no. The decision actually comes down to Fairfax County's Planning Commission. Those are the people currently reviewing the proposal, and there's currently a public hearing expected around September 24th. So if you care about what happens here, whether you support it or oppose it, learn who's actually making the decision here. Read the application, read the arguments from the developer and Dominion, listen to what local residents and officials are saying, understand the hearing process and the deadlines, and make sure your opinion gets heard by those who are responsible for making this decision. Because complaining about something after a decision has been made doesn't change very much. If a community wants its voice heard, it has to understand the process while the decision is still being made.